Okay, so good morning everyone. My name is Nikhil Bairat and I'll conducting the Python session for you guys. Uh, so in this is an online Python compiler I'm using right now. When we are starting the lecture, that time we will download the IDE and from that we can run the code. So basically, just like if I'm printing some of the code, in the Python, if you want to print anything, so we can use the print statement over here. Okay, and in that print, if we want to use any string or if you want to print any value, you can take the double quote and we can say uh, hello. And if I run this, so the first line will be get run. If I run the second thing, so this will come out into the second line. So first hello line will be run. So this is the first line, and second is a India. This is the second line. So likewise, Python is using the interpretation. So one by one line execution are there. If any of the line having any of the code error, just like if I type something else and if I run this, so at the line one it is giving an error. So second line will not get uh, executed. Okay. So at the first line, if any error occurs, so code will stop there, and you will use the whatever the error or exception are there. So Python raise that, and the rest of the code will remain same. Okay, till it is clear. So next is Python is a dynamically typed language. So, what is mean by dynamically typed? If you see, uh, when we are writing any of the code, so at that time, we have to define the whatever the data type of that. So, first you see what is mean by the data type. So there are n number of data type in every language. So in the Python as well, we have multiple data types of data type. So we will see later on one by one. So first, if you see a equal to 1, so if I see a equal to 1, so that is a integer type data type. But I don't have to return a is a first a is a integer and then a equal to 1. In other languages, you have to define the first what is the data type of that. So integer and in bracket 1 previously we are using. So in Python, it is not needed. You can directly write the 1 and if you print that type of a, so Python directly analyze what is the type of a, the integer type of a, right? Type of a is integer. So one is a integer. If I write any kind of other like float one by one, 1.1, I'm taking, and if I run this, so this is a float type. So Python automatically analyze what is the data type of that. Okay. So in this first view, interpreted language. Okay. Second one we saw dynamically typed. Okay. Now third is first is a interpreted language. Second is a dynamically typed. Third one is we can say Python we can use as a uh, general purpose language. Okay, change the font. Actually, I have just commented here now. Because of that, it is okay. Now it is fine. So the third one is when we are using any kind of code functionality. So at that time, we can use the Python code as a function base as well as where we can use as a script. So we can use the different kinds of functions in the Python as well as we can use as a script. Another thing is Python is a general purpose programming language. Fourth one is it is a object oriented as well as function oriented. So what is mean by object oriented? So object oriented means when we are writing any kind of function. So if I take uh, if any kind of function one, okay. if I pass this, and if I want to use the properties of function 1 into the function 2, okay, don't be scared. I'm just writing any just sample function. Later on, we will see one by one what is a function, how it is using, and all those. And we have to pass that. And in the function one, if any of the value, just like uh, in the function one, a is there any a equal to 5, this 4 or any 5 language is there, a value is there. And if we want to use the value of a into the value of b, so we just use function one into the function two. So all those values in the function one will be get into the function two. So that is basically inheritance. So in the Python, we are using object oriented. Okay, so Python is object oriented as well as function oriented as well. Okay, so whatever the Python code that we are writing, it is a basically in .py format. Okay, .py file extension. Okay, so there are two types of file. One is .py and one is the .pyc. So there are the sample difference between .py and .py is uh, .py is regular Python file. So whatever the raw code that you have written, so it is stored as a .py file. So we can say as a raw Python code. And .pyc is, you can say, a compiled version of Python file. Okay, so the basic difference between .py and .pyc, how where it is used basically. So .py is regular Python code that we are using in a script or any kind of code that we are using. So we can use the .py file, and .pyc is basically already compiled file. So compilation is basically uh, in the general language we can say compilation means when we are converting any kind of human language or any kind of human related code. So likewise, if you see this code or this all those language or all those lines whatever written here, so we can human read these lines. Okay, so that is a human readable language, and that will be converted or that will be uh, convert as a machine level language. So that is mean by the compilation in the college as well. If you heard about compilation, we are doing the code compilation. So compilation means converting the human level language into the machine level. So that is basically compilation, and that code that is .pyc file is basically compiled file. So this Python code is already converted into the machine level. So because of that, the time execution for that Python file is quite less, and that is getting very useful. So let's move on to the next thing, which is data types in Python. I'll just comment it out. Don't worry, when we uncomment is, so this will get uh, clear. And one more thing, from this time to time, I'll provide you whatever the learning codes are there. Along with that, I have my handwritten notes as well. So that notes I'll provide you for the all the study materials and all those things, so that you will not miss any kind of bit or any kind of code. Just stay focused on this. Whatever the we are learning in this. So repeatedly we will practicing multiple codes as well as multiple things as well. So be focused on that. Writing and taking dictation is a secondary part that I can provide you. So you can just take a help from that notes. Okay. So in the data types, the first type is numerical type. Okay. So in the numerical type, there are basically integer, float. Yes, the rest will be clear. Yes, integer, float, complex, and boolean. Okay. So in the integer, all those from 0 to n number in the non-decimal format. Okay. So whatever the numbers, so from the 0 to n number in the non-decimal format. Non-decimal means, yeah, that whatever the integers which doesn't have any pointers in between. Okay. So these are the non-decimal format. Second one is a float, which is all the values which having the decimal. Okay. In the complex, if you see in mathematics as well, that I, J, K, that complex number we are using. So these are the complex number. Okay. And in the Boolean, we are previously taking 0 and 1. So in the Python, we are using as a true and false. True for 1 and false as a 0. Okay. The next one is sequence type. So in the sequence type, first is a list, second is a tuple, third is a we can say as a set, and a range. So because before moving forward to sequence type, we will quickly see one by one so what is the numerical types. So if I take a equal to 1, and if I print type of a, so that is integer type. As I say, non-decimal value. If I put any decimal value, so that will be the float. Okay. IJK you cannot use directly as a data type, but in the code, if I use any for loop or something, so that time we are using the complex. And as a boolean, if I use any true or false, so it is a boolean. Okay. And always remember, when we are using true or false, the T should be capital. Okay. Also, while defining any kind of code methodology, so Python have their own practices. Python follow their own practices. Like when we are using any kind of variables, so you can put ABCD or anything, but you cannot directly use the data type names. Just like uh, if we use just like Boolean, you cannot use directly Boolean name. So that is a already reserved things are there. So whatever the data types names are there, you cannot use directly. you have to use just like boolean 1 or boolean 3 or something like. When it is going yellow, so it is just basically reserve category are there. Yes, we'll get back to the list. So list is basically a one type of sequence, we can say, just like in the college time you have learned about the arrays and list of data types. So at the time, list is basically denoted as a square bracket, okay, and tuples are always denoted in a parenthesis or curly round bracket, okay. In the list we can use any kind of data type, just like integer we can use, float you can use, any string you can use, string as a any name or something like, okay. So in this one more thing are there, that is a string. So in the string, so string is always denoted in a uh, double quote, okay. So whatever the name or any kind of line or any kind of name if you want to add, so that we are using in a string. So likewise, we can use any kind of data type in the list format. In the tuple as well, we can use any kind of data type in it. Okay. So the basic difference between list and tuple, we will see. First, we will see here a list format is getting recognized or not. Yes, it is recognizing as a list. And if I change only the brackets, it is known as a or recognized as a tuple. But there is not only the difference of brackets. There are again another functionality of the list and tuple. So before doing that, uh, I'll tell you one more thing. In the Python, uh, the first value of this, so every bit, just like this is the first value, this is second, this is third, and rest of one. So in this, Python is started from the zeroth index. Okay, so this one has a zeroth index. This 1.2 has a first index, and this India has a second index. Okay, so Python is always starting from the zeroth index. So in the indexing, it is starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. Okay. So likewise, the 1 has a zeroth index. And if I want to change a of 1, so what is the a of 1? What is the value in a of 1? Can anyone tell in the chat? Value of a of 1, first index, what is the value? 1.2. Yes, very good. So a of 1, if we change to 100 and if we print the a, you can see the value is changed. Okay. In the Python, we are using the single is equal to for single equal to, I'll write here, assignment operator. Okay. And double equal to for comparator. Okay. So single equal to is assignment operator and double equal to is comparator operator. So assignment means when we have to or we are doing any kind of assignment to the any of the values. So that is basically assignment operator, and comparator operator means when we are using any kind of comparison. So if I want to check is there any two values are there, just like a equal to 5 is there and b equal to 6 is there. Okay. So likewise, if I want to compare A and B, so I'll check print A equal to B. If I run this, you can see it is a false because both the values are different. But if I change the value as a same, and if I run this, you can get as a true because both the values are same. So this is work as a comparator operator. Okay. Okay. We are saying this. So we have changed the value. We are getting output as a 1 comma 100 comma India, right? Now in the tuple, the same set we will take and the same operation we will perform on a tuple. And if I run this, so the first value is changed, but in the second, it is saying the type error. The tuple object does not support any assignment, right? So what it exactly means? So basically, in the tuple, whatever the values are there, we cannot change once it is declared, right? But in the list, whatever the values are declared, we can change it accordingly whenever needed. So in the basic difference between list and tuple is list we can modify it how you want to work on it, but in the tuple we cannot modify the values. So because of that, list is called as mutable. Mutation means value can be changed, and in the tuple it is called as immutable. Value cannot modify. Till clear? Okay. The next is a set. So set are always defined in a curly braces. Okay. So in this, if I take any values, but set cannot have the different kinds of value in it. Set only have single type of data type in it. If I take a equal to this set, and if I print this a uh, sequence type invalid syntax. Ah, so if I run this, I'm getting this kind of output. But I have given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 values are there, but it is only showing the 6 values. Why it is? Is there any change? You see? Yes. Unique number, or we can say set does not allow any duplicates. No duplicates value will be there. If you return multiple times any kind of value, so in the set it is only taking as a single kind of set. Okay. So in a set we can say duplicates not allowed. Okay. Now the next is a range. So range is always used in for loop. So for here you are using the imaginary for I in a range of, so we can define the range, otherwise it will automatically taking from the 0. If I taking directly 10, and if I print that I, so you can get the 0. Where is the problem? Oh, for I in a range. Okay. So you can get from 0 to 9, but I don't want 0 to 9. I just want from 1 to 10 value. So we can use as a 1 to 10. So from 1 to 9, we are getting. But if I want to print the 10 as well, then you have to take a range of a 11. Then you can get the value of 10. Okay. So one step ahead, value we have to define. So likewise, the range we will get from it. Okay. So this is a range function. Using for loop, take one step ahead. value. Okay. Okay. So in the mapping type, we are using as a dictionary, and it is denoted in a curly braces. So in this, we are using key and value pair. Okay. So key value means uh, where we use dictionary or something. So basically, in any kind of data sets or something are there. So at that time, just like if we take the example of school data, okay. So in the school data, there is always a two value, just like a name and name of the student, standard and standard of the student, mobile number of the student. So the first, if we take first as a name of student, right, and the name is, if we say Akash, okay. So the name is a key and Akash is a value. But this name and this Akash both have the different meaning. The name which we are using as a key. So if you see every log, or we can say every value we can use as a duplicate. Just like multiple student have can have the name Akash, similar name Akash, right? But the name function or the name category is remain only the single or unique. So key is always a work as a unique, and value can be duplicate. Key is always unique, and value can be duplicate. Okay. So can anyone tell me? So in the dictionary, so keys are always unique and value are always can be duplicate. So if I want to access any kind of dictionary, so I just want to access whatever the names of the student from the any kind of dictionary. So which one we can use as a values, just like a key we can use or value we can use? Can anyone tell me? Value. Okay. Others. If it is wrong, then okay, just tell me. Okay, didn't get the question. Basically, if we have any kind of dictionary over here, so I have the dictionary of the name and name of the student. Okay, so if I want to access this dictionary, which one we take as a value? Just like if I access the dictionary as a what is the name of the students? So we are using the key or we are using the value from that. Yes, student names can be duplicate. So how to access the dictionary, that I am asking? With using key or with using the value? Okay. For unique one, we are taking the primary key. Primary key is basically in the database side. We are using in a Python side. So that I'm asking the key or value that we are using. Okay. Let's take a one example. We have 10 students. Okay. And in the 10 students, two are having the name Akash, three are having the name any Gopal, or other things are peoples are having different names. So if I called Akash come here, so two people are coming. If I called Gopal come here, so three people are coming. So the name, that value, it's can be unique. Yes, we cannot use as a value as a key. We can use as a key for any kind of access. So key is basically always unique. So because of that, we can use key as a accessing of the dictionary. Okay. Till clear? On which library we will be working with? We will be using multiple types of library in our session. Sure. There are n number of library. As per the application, we will use the whatever the libraries are there. So as per the application, we will use the modules and libraries. Okay. Till here, anyone having any doubt or any question regarding the syllabus, any question regarding how we will perform the code, or how we are using the application, any kind of doubt in your mind, you can feel free to ask. Later on, we will start our first session so that all those whatever the data or whatever the notes that we have, so we will provide one as a separately. So don't take any tension about it. You can unmute yourself and you can ask. And sorry for today. Today my voice is quite down. I hope from the tomorrow session it will get back to normal. It's
Yeah,
quite
in how many days, yeah, we can learn Python? I mean, the basic idea, or I mean, at least the
the basics
program.
of Python we can complete in a 15 to 10 days, 10 to 15 days, and later on we will go further in a advanced Python. So that we will take around 1 month. So within a 1.5 month, we can complete all the session.
They will also able to write the like code and everything. I
Yes,
mean, can able to write the.
yes, yes, yes,
Yep. Okay. Thanks, Nikhil.
yes, yes. Thank you, Shweta. Yes, Python can work with the Power BI. As a data analyst, we are using Python tool in a Power BI as well in some aspects. Basically, Power BI is quite separate segment, but in that Power BI, we can use Python in some of the modules.